It is Thursday, July 30th, 2026. This is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan, along for the ride as well. Well, apparently we got the whatever color shirt jersey memo today. It's a nice look for it.
We are matching, aren't we?
Yeah, slightly different. I've got the JM, you've got the John Boy Media, but same color.
Do you remember where this hat is from?
I don't. What's it say? Glover?
Yep.
Because
we
you're
did our
Danny
All-Star
Glover.
watch party there in Atlanta.
Oh, that's
The
cool.
brewery there, yeah.
Oh, right. I remember that place. Good place.
Great place.
Great place. A lot of fun. So, sorry, I've got a little bit of a Gilkenspilken in my connectozoid. That's what happens when you travel. So you get a little phlegmy. Yesterday we talked about, all right, I'm going to clear this up. Hold on.
Let me take over the show, Chris.
There you go. Now I should be good to go. Yesterday we talked about a little comment about the guy suggesting a new call for a home run. I like that. Then I went into the comments yesterday, and this is not going to be a daily occurrence, but it's just consecutive days. Hear me out. This is from jbow7885. Hey, Coach Trev and Rosie. Just want to say I appreciate you guys a lot. My family and I had to put our dog Tank to rest yesterday. I was pretty tore up, as you could guess. On my way home, I turned on some baseball today, and it helped to just take my mind off the tragedy. So I wanted to say thank you, guys. We appreciate the content that you guys put out. Sorry about Tank, man. God, I'm such a huge dog lover. Do a lot of things with rescues. Don't know if Tank was a rescue or wherever, but family member. It's crushing. So hang in there, bro. Hang in there.
I've had to put a few dogs down, and they truly are family members, and it's never easy, even if you know it's coming. So all of our good vibes your way. Yeah. We'll try to keep you entertained best we can.
So, yeah, I mean, we play a lot of different roles, and we've heard this. We play a lot of different roles to a lot of different people. Some people just like yelling back at us, and that's cool. Some people like it as comfort food. Like, great, whatever we can do. And if we can help you get through the tough times when Tank moves on to the next life, just thinking about you, bro. Now, that doesn't mean everybody come up with your own sad story. I'm going to read it every day. My emotional heartstrings can't take it. But this one really hit home. So hang in there. We move from dogs to Tigers. Rough day for the Tigers fans out there. They blew a 7-run lead and lost to the Baltimore Orioles on what might have been Tarik Skubal's final day pitching while wearing the English D.
You never know where life takes you. We don't know. He doesn't know. Tigers fans are thinking one thing. Thanks, Tarik.
There's a lot of stuff going on around me that I have no control in. So, I try to be pretty present all the time, and when the fans get on their feet like that and give you a pretty good ovation, it's special. It'll never not be special, and it's something I've always appreciated. And hopefully they feel the same way. Hopefully they feel like I've given everything to the team, to the city, and because I truly have. So,
well, let's start with that. I think he has truly indoctrinated himself into the city. I think we as fans love it when people who are not from where we are and put their arms around the city. I mean, he has done that.
Yeah, look, agreed. I've seen different social posts of him going out and doing charity work and all that good stuff. I will say this, because that's very important. And I think that what he said, I've given everything, like he lays it on the line every time he goes out there. He truly does. But there is facts right here I'm about to speak. The city rallies around you as a player, and that really is the special part about it. You want to give back as much as you can because you feel it so much. Especially when you're not from there. It's like you don't know where you're going. I don't know how much time he spent in Detroit before he got to the big leagues. I didn't spend much time at all in Minneapolis before I got to the Twins. And then when you have some time at a place and maybe some success, He's had tremendous success there. You just feel the love everywhere you go. So it truly is reciprocal, and you want it to be that way. Like, you're feeling so much love, so you want to give it back as best you can. I think Tarik did a tremendous job of doing that.
Now let's get on to the business at hand. I thought he was going to get traded in the offseason. Didn't happen. Then they hung on to him, and I was like, I think they can contend for the American League pennant. Then they get off to this terrible start, and I was like, he's gone. Then he has the elbow surgery, and we're like, now what's going to happen? Then he comes back, he starts pitching well, and they start winning. And I go, he's staying. Now, where's your head at? Do you think by Monday he's gone?
The vibes are of that, Chris. And, Jeff Passan came out pretty much in plain terms yesterday saying he's gone. And, he's pretty plugged in. He's talking to a lot more people than we are. We kind of go off of whatever we hear, then, kind of what we see, from clips and have our own thoughts as well. And I think he is. I think he does get traded. There's a lot of demand for someone like him. And I do think that the Tigers feel like they can trade him, recoup a ton of value, still compete this year, then continue whatever window that they have here. I do want to say something. Do you remember when we said that Jason Benetti, thank God he got out of Chicago and got to Detroit, like an all-time best timing move ever? And now look at the White Sox. Benetti.
Oh, boy. He's doing just fine.
He's doing just fine. We love him, man.
Hey, for people that did not hear Jeff Passan and what he said, here we go.
Yeah, Tarik Skubal is going to be traded. The Tigers haven't gone to teams that are interested in him and said as much at this point, but the expectation is that's going to happen within the next day or two. And I understand that they have a lot of engaged teams right now. Teams that in particular are being cited by others as being the biggest threats, though, the Milwaukee Brewers, who have a tremendous farm system, and of course, Phil, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the favorites at this point, and frankly have been since the possibility of Tarik Skubal getting traded first surfaced a couple of months ago.
That, of course, he was joining SportsCenter and breaking it down. Also, Bob Nightingale came out and said that Skubal intimated the Dodgers is where he wants to go as well. That's the first time we've ever heard something from Skubal's camp. Now, that's Bobby.
Who said that?
Bobby N reported it.
Well, I love Bobby N and Junior, but like, who do you hear that from?
I don't know. He's got sources.
Sheesh.
He's got sources. That's where whatever. So let's see here. Yeah, I think he's gone. I think he finally goes. So they're 4.5 back in the, hold on, let me get my math straight. 4.5 out of the wild card, 6 back in the division, which means they could keep him, try and get in, and then make a run with him at the top of the playoff totem pole as far as pitching goes. I don't think they should. I really don't. I believe they actually mismanaged this whole thing. I thought they should have traded him in the offseason. And they got fortunate. They got fortunate that the American League stunk. I mean, they could have been laps behind everybody. Really, in a normal year, they'd be 10, 12 games out of the wild card chase right now, right? But because things have been so weird, they're hanging in there.
To me, that means they made the right decision by holding on to him. Did they know the American League was going to be so bad? But they were able to do it. I don't think the package is going to be any different than if they traded them in the offseason. I truly don't, Chris.
Look, they got fortunate. They aren't soothsayers. They're not.
I know. I mean, they got lucky.
They got lucky is what it was. That doesn't make the decision right. It just means they were fortunate.
I don't know. I disagree. I think they handled it the right way. I think that trading him before the season would have put just an absolute hex on, fan sentiment, ticket sales. I just don't think that was the right thing to do. Coming off of a couple seasons with him at the helm, I think you go as far as you can. They gave it the shot. He had to have his elbow cleaned up. And then they're I can make the case that they should still go for it because the American League is so bad. I've said that about other teams as well. I mean, talk about that with my Twins. I mean, this is the year. If you have a mediocre team, it's the easiest path to the World Series you're probably going to have, maybe ever. I don't know. It just really seems that way. So I think they handled it fine, because the only way you're saying they mismanaged it is if the package is completely different, and I don't think it's going to be. In fact, I think it's probably the same. If not, I think at this point of the year, teams are so much more desperate because they see what lies ahead. They know where they're at. In the offseason, everyone's so optimistic about their team that I truly think the packages are at least equal right now for Tarik Skubal. So I think they handled it just fine.
Well, I mean, that's something obviously we're never going to know. And if that is indeed the case, then you're right. Then they did make the right call. But I think, look, is there another sign? They got rid of Jake Rogers the other day. Does that mean, he was pretty much Skubal's catcher for a long, long time until Dingler became an all-star? So is that a sign? I don't know. But I think that this is probably it. And I would agree with Jeff. I think that he's gone by the weekend. I don't think this is one that's going to take until Monday. But everybody can what?
Come on, Scoobs. Come be a Rams fan with me. Let's go. Get rid of the Lions. See you later.
Stop.
Come on.
Enough.
Or he could be a Packers fan. I don't, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I would love to see him end up in Milwaukee. Is
that your spot? I agree. Like, look, Dodger fans always hate this when we say, like, I'd rather see him on a different team. Like, the Dodgers are really good, man. I don't think you need Scoobs. I just don't.
Right.
Sports are better when you have like a couple big heavyweights going there. Do you think Milwaukee's your favorite place for him to land?
I said that 6 to 8 weeks ago, and you were like, that's not what they need. They need a right-handed bat, which is probably true as well.
Well, he's a difference maker, of course.
Right. How much fun would that be to see in a short series he and Mizorowski go back-to-back? Incredible.
They got to score runs. They got to score runs, dude.
But maybe only one.
Maybe only one.
Maybe only one. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of my favorite place for him to go.
That's the question. That's the question in the comments. What's the most fun place for Skubal to end up if he does get traded?
I want to send him somewhere that really, really needs him. Like the Arizona Diamondbacks really need Tarik Skubal.
Right. I mean, there's a ton of teams out there that could be most fun.
Minnesota Twins, imagine if they got him.
Okay, that's not it.
And I see Scoobs over the weekend in Seattle. We're just chopping it up. We become best friends.
All right, that's enough out of you. Lot to comment about in the section. Let's go. Let's do it, please, if you don't mind. All right. This episode, sponsored by Create. Baseball Today shows up every single day, and creatine works the very same way. It's not something you take before a big workout and forget about. Consistency is the name of the game. Create's creatine and electrolytes mix. It is built for that. 5 grams of creatine, 850 milligrams of electrolytes, and taurine in one stick pack. Sugar-free, caffeine-free. Rip it into your first glass of water in the morning. The habit is done before the day starts. That's it. The electrolytes handle hydration through the summer heat, day games, yard work, just existing in the month of July, and the creatine handles your daily dose. Same packet, same routine every day. Also, 3 nifty flavors for you: lemon lime, passion fruit, and watermelon. Sports certified and third-party tested. What's on the label is what's in it. Isn't that nice? Use the code JOHNBOY for up to 44% off your Create order. Link is in the description. And enjoy. All right. Wednesday, another bad day for the Phillies. They had a 6-run lead and lost and got swept down in Miami. Now, yesterday on the show, we talked about Bryce Harper playing the role of baseball architect and saying, we need help. They asked him, bat or an arm? Both. We need help. Well, that ruffled a few feathers in the organization, namely his manager, who said this prior to getting swept.
And you've been through this. Guys want to be GMs, what you need, without a real understanding of where the organization is, exactly where everything goes, not only this year, but moving forward. So when you say something about our team, then you're saying something about one of our players that you don't like.
you feel the need to talk to him and articulate that?
Not really. I mean, Bryce is Bryce. He's going to say what he wants. So I'm not really concerned about it. I just take it kind of with a grain of salt. And knowing how players are over the years, heard this. It's not the first time I've heard this.
Too much honesty?
I mean, let me be honest. Can I be honest for a second here?
Please.
I think the entire situation was mishandled by every single participant.
Well, hold on. We said yesterday we liked it that Bryce Harper came out.
Okay.
We did.
Yeah, well, I've had time to think about it more. And then this is a reaction, and it's caused some things. On a standalone, Bryce Harper says this. I don't really have a problem with it. But I'm going to explain everything just real quick. I'll try to do it quickly. Dave Dombrowski calling Bryce out, saying he's not elite anymore, started this entire thing. That's the truth. Bryce can say it didn't bother him at all. Of course it bothers you. There's no doubt about it. This is like the guy in charge of your career, essentially, running your organization, saying that. So Bryce didn't like that. Bryce fires back at Dombrowski through the media because Dombrowski did that through the media as well. Okay? If case closed right there, tit for tat, I don't really have a problem with it. Now Don Mattingly is getting involved, saying basically he'd rather Bryce have said something like, we need to be better, I need to be better. And then behind closed doors, go tell Dave, hey, we need help, let's get somebody. Instead of bringing it out in the media because Mattingly felt like this is Bryce calling out, like you said yesterday, the 23rd, 24, 25, 26th player on the roster. So, Don doesn't like that. I don't like that Don said Bryce doesn't have a real understanding of the organization as a whole. I disagree with that sentiment. When you're playing, as long as Bryce has played in Philadelphia, you know who's in the system. You understand what you need. Who's better to know what you need than the guys on the field that are playing every single game? So I don't like that's like, oh, the players don't know anything. It's like, that's not true. It's really not true. They might know seriously better than anybody. So I don't like how the situation was handled all over the place. If I could go back in time, I would tell Bryce to say this: I've got to be better. We've got to be better. I think that is the way to handle it. And behind closed doors, go and tell Dave to his face, make something happen, playa. Let's go do that. So, I think this whole thing was botched. Is it a big deal? No. Will it affect how Bryce Harper plays, or how Don Mattingly manages, or how Dave Dombrowski goes about his job? It won't. This is all just words, and it creates a story like this. We're talking about it. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, but they all did handle it poorly, I think.
But you have to admit that it can lead to kind of an uncomfortable setting a little bit. I mean, the words that Bryce Harper used was basically, we don't have enough guys who are here right now that can help us win. I mean, I'm connecting some dots. Then Don Mattingly comes out and he does two things. Number one, that was part interim manager, part dad. His son is the GM of the Phillies, Preston Mattingly. So when Bryce Harper is saying they're not doing a good enough job up there, he's taking a shot at Kiddo a little bit. So I think that Donnie wanted to protect his son a little bit. We're both dads. We don't like to hear bad things about our kids.
Maybe. He's not the president of baseball ops who's making the decision.
Not, but he is. Dave,
that's Dom, bro.
I know, but he is part of the team, part of the group that put the team together. So that's all. When he says that, Bryce wants to play GM and every player wants to play GM and they don't always know the inner workings. So I think that's a little protective, fatherly protection there. The other thing, when he said, that's Bryce being Bryce, that kind of made my ears perk up a little bit. It's almost like I kind of expect this shit to be said at some point out of this guy. Didn't you feel like that felt a little prickly to me?
A little. I think when you have a relationship like him and Bryce probably have, that it's a little less prickly. On the surface, it comes off that way. But if you have a good relationship, if I say stuff, people say all the time between you and I, how, they're fighting too much, I don't like that. It's like, we're never fighting. No. We love each other. We disagree on some things. We talk it out. We have some fun. I think the relationship matters there.
I suppose there's another angle to this. There's a whole generation of baseball fans who only know Don Mattingly as the manager of the Dodgers and the Marlins and now of the Phillies. and have no idea what a stud he was. Like, he was a superstar. Unfortunately, it was during the time where the Yankees were kind of Poopsville from 82 until 95. His last year, he finally made the playoffs, so he kind of missed the World Series train on both sides of it in the boogie down. But he was freaking a stud. And he was a guy who people were like, man, he's a loose cannon. He's growing out his hair. He's always pushy. He's frustrating George Steinbrenner the whole bit. So he's a guy that was considered a little bit, maybe not as much loose-lipped as Bryce Harper has been at times. But yeah, he would say things and do things that were a little different. I'm a huge Donnie baseball guy, though. I really am. And I hope there's not a major issue here, because it just feels like it is sinking fast. I mean, they're tied now for the second and third wild cards, and there's a gazillion teams behind them. If they don't get this shit straightened out, they're going to miss everything together.
Two things. This is what happens when you're losing games. This is what happens. You get ornery around the park, especially we're talking July 31st. We're entering the dog days. The dog days of the season, where you look at the calendar, you still got 2 full months of the regular season. You're treading water. Believe it or not, man, you get sick of baseball during the season, and losing makes it even more so. But this is a tale as old as time. It just reminded me of, and I tried to find the quote. I couldn't find it on a quick Google search. I remember Ryan Braun coming out and speaking about, we need help here. And Mark Atanasio, the owner of the Brewers, I remember him coming out and saying, like, Ryan should stick to playing and let us handle like the personnel decisions. So like, it's a tale as old as time. It's happened before. It just doesn't change anything. This is just a bad week of baseball, bad stretch of baseball, and some ornery vets. That's all this is.
Okay, then let's put a period on it, because right now they're tied with Arizona for the second and third spots, and then they've got a gazillion teams that are 1.5, 2.5 games behind them. Do you think that they're going to get this stuff straightened out? Like, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that Philly's playing meaningful baseball in October?
I'm pretty confident. Like Schwarber and Harper are not going to struggle the way they've been struggling for the rest of the year. They're just not. So that's the biggest thing. Get those guys back. I mean, I don't know. I do think they are. It seems like they have the team to do it, but it is going to take a little rally from the offense.
So give me a number, 1 to 10. 8?
That they're playing in the postseason?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give it 8 sounds great to me.
Yep. I would say even 9. I
think
had a feeling.
Get there. And Dombro, look at his track record, does not need any help with swinging for the fences, dude.
No. They're going to get something. Now, how much it's going to help, we'll see. They've tried to make some trades for outfielders in recent years, and they brought in guys, and it's not exactly a who's who. It's more like who's that. So we'll see how this whole thing goes. Let us know, scale of 1 to 10, your confidence level that the Phillies will right the ship and make it to October, play baseball in October. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Speaking of going for it, today's episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Whether it's watching games, coaching, golfing, hiking, or just being on the go, I need sunglasses like these that can keep up. Now, Warby Parker Sport combines everyday style with features built for staying active. The wraparound designs gives a wider field of vision. The no-slip nose pads, they help keep the frame secure, and the lightweight construction slays formidable from pitch to last out. The polarized lenses reduce glare. They sharpen vision while moving, and they block 100% of UVA and UVB rays. Warby Parker doesn't just offer the best sports glasses. They have prescription and non-prescription options, contacts, online eye exams, and over 300 retail stores across the U.S. Right now, I am wearing prescription sunglasses for the first time ever. These come in super handy, particularly when I'm out of field, because I can't see far distances. So I got to be honest with you right now. The words are kind of moving around on the screen, but I'm still fighting through. Now, eyewear, it is made for you. Right now, buy one pair of glasses, get 20% off any additional pairs at warbyparker.com/today. That is 20% off any additional pairs when you purchase one pair at Warby Parker. That is WARBY Parker.com/today. Believe me, you'll feel great and look like $1 million. I got to be honest with you. I don't need it when I'm reading. So that was a challenge.
Okay. I like those glasses on you.
I do too, man. Look.
I mean, usually they send us both stuff when we're reading ads. I didn't get any Warby Parker sunglasses. What's up?
You had to order. You had to place the order. What do you think? They just knew my prescription and just figured it out on their own?
In that case, I don't need them. They're all prescription?
No, they can be.
Oh.
Do you have how's your eyesight?
Excellent.
Yeah. Obviously, Olivia's is bad.
Olivia has.
See,
I know what you're trying to say. She actually does wear glasses in context.
She does?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. You're as handsome a man as I've ever worked with. I got to be honest with you.
I think it's mainly just my personality which really shines through.
It's true. It does up you.
Yeah.
I mean, it ups you. First of all, before you even open your mouth, you're like a 10.
Oh, I don't. I honestly don't. I don't think that way at all. I got a big nose.
No, your nose is good on your face.
I got made fun of my whole childhood for it.
Here, turn your beak to the side, please. It's not bad at all.
I don't know, bro.
How many times have I told you that you and Olivia look like the top of the wedding cake?
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, bro.
It means you look like the figurine that they put on the top of the wedding cake. It means you guys are like the perfect couple.
Olivia helps me out. Like when I stand next to her, she elevates my game. For sure. No doubt. Thank you.
That is true.
Let's move
on. All right. Let's move on. Hey, we got a trade. That's why I'm wearing a Texas Rangers hat today. They pick up a reliever and a catcher to help out at the banged up position behind the dish. They pick up a couple guys from the last place Angels. Chase Silseth, who's actually had a really good season, and catcher Logan O'Hoppe, who is having probably the worst year of his career. Head to Texas for a minor league infielder. How much does this wow you?
I don't. I mean, not a ton. I mean, the Rangers were looking for bullpen help. They actually just put Jacob Junis on the IL, so this comes at a nice time for them. And, I think that Silseth will have a very similar role, at least that's what they're saying, in the Rangers bullpen. More of a veteran type guy. He's going to eat some innings in the middle part of the game. So I think it's a nice first step for the Angels, if we're being honest. Like, trade some of your assets. The guy they got back is a 19-year-old, Arredondo, who, I'm reading right now. I don't know anything about this guy. He wasn't even in the top 30 in the Rangers system, which is considered weak, according to MLB trade rumors. But Mozeliak, I can't say his name. Is that right?
John Mozeliak.
Mozeliak says he believes he's publicly underrated and should slide into the top 10 in a Halo system. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Hype your prospects up, people.
Yeah.
Wow is a strong word. I think more people know Logan O'Hoppe's name in this trade. And I don't think people know how poorly he's played. And he's going to be in AAA. They've already optioned him. So it's not like, hey, this is O'Hoppe's going to get a shot here. It's like, no, he's depth in their system, and Silseth will kind of have the same type of role. So wow no, I'm not wowed.
No, I think it's helpful, though. You mentioned about Junis, who's had a great year. The two Jacobs have been great, even though they spell their names differently, right? Latz was an all-star. We talked about his journey earlier this year, and he's been phenomenal. And Jacob Junis, who I believe is spelled Jakob, if I'm not mistaken on that.
Why can't I see it right now?
Jakob. I
am
correct.
Yep, you're right.
So those guys have been great. Beeks and Martin are also on the injured list, so they do need arms if they're going to stay atop the American League West. As far as O'Hoppe, he does give them catching depth. Now, Elias Diaz, who's a former All-Star Game MVP, has actually played pretty well offensively there. Wins is a guy who, he's a guy who's in his mid-30s and has just bounced around the league. Some major league time, a lot of minor league time. Higashioka, they think will be back shortly. Danny Jansen, they're not relying on him. I think he's done the year, is the more you read up. So they needed another guy, And we know that catcher, I mean, we've heard about it all over the place. The Yankees want help. The Red Sox want help. And there's not a lot of catchers to be had. So even with a guy who is still in his 20s, he did hit a combined 39 homers the previous 2 seasons. Now, he has looked lost this year. So maybe you buy low and you strike something. It's worth the move. How much it helps him this year, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a ton of control. Not making, he's making league minimum. Oh, no, he's not. He's making $263 this year. You got to expect that to flatline at best. I guess it has to go up a little bit, but yeah, I'm fine with it. It doesn't wow me though.
Yeah, I think Chris Young made a good, solid move. I think Silseth is the piece we should be talking about.
Yes,
I mean, the Angels bullpen is horrific. If we should all be forced to watch a game from the 7th inning on between the round robin tournament between the Rockies, Angels, Pirates, and Nationals.
Oh gosh.
Where we start in the 7th inning and you can only use bullpen arms. I think in those 3 innings, the final score of each game would still be 20-18.
A lot of walks.
Maybe you could throw the Reds in there too with their walk.
A lot of freaking walks. There are times you can throw the Twins in there.
Yep. Let us know what you think of the trade. If you're a Rangers fan, hip, hip, hooray. If you're an Angels fan, do you think like this is the start of another teardown around Mike Trout? And then is Mighty Mo going to finally get this right? Hey, this episode is sponsored by T-Mobile. Baseball, always been a game of inches. Now, it's also a game of seconds. T-Mobile and MLB have teamed up to bring ABS Challenge to all 29 major league ballparks across the U.S. This isn't a minor upgrade. This is the most significant new technology in the history of the sport, and it's powered by T-Mobile. With every pitch thrown, ABS Challenge uses real-time precision to verify the call, giving them the support they need. What does that mean? No delays, no guesswork, just accuracy at the speed the game demands. Thanks to ABS Challenge, T-Mobile is helping power the moments that define the game. When performance and reliability are non-negotiable, MLB turns to T-Mobile. It's not a coincidence, folks. That's what happens when the most innovative network in the country powers the most data-driven sport in the world. T-Mobile powers MLB's most ambitious technology, and America's best network powers your connection to baseball. Home or away, every pitch, every game, every single day. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Yeah.
Best choice for ad spending, T-Mobile ABS.
Incredible.
It's incredible. Like the color, the color being the color of like a strike. It's insane.
And every challenge, ABS presented to you by T-Mobile.
It's crazy.
And we all wait, and then there's the reaction in the stadium. I got to be honest with you. I think it's worked out great this year.
I do too. Let's give a round of applause to, I don't know, salesperson at T-Mobile or whatever, whoever decided to do that.
Congratulations to Jerry and Melinda at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you deserve a raise.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you came up with this idea and this sponsorship, aren't you puffing your chest out and walking in the boss's office and renegotiating on the spot?
It is so good. You guys put your patch on the players. Good for you. We're going to do the challenge. Like, if you missed out on the challenge, say you're whatever, some other company, you're like, damn it.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. That is a missed opportunity. All right, mentioned earlier that the D-backs, they pulled even with the Phillies. That's because they won 3-0 in the Steel City. 8 strong for Eduardo Rodriguez, the all-star left-hander, who is still looking for his first complete game.
Everybody knows that I want to really throw 9 innings, and today, they know, I can throw it today. So, they were on authority today a little bit today. Let it go out there, which is we just take it all day, I'll take that fight every day.
Yep. First of all, let's give him a little bit of credit. And also, let's give a little bit of word and love to Amazon. Because when we're talking about Erod, it is time for the most valuable moment. It was powered by Amazon. Just like Amazon helps you find the most value for every dollar during back-to-school season, we're breaking down the most valuable moment last night in Pittsburgh. And it was Erod going 8 shutout. And he has had an incredible turnaround because his first 2 years in Arizona were horrible. ERA over 5. You're like, why'd they spend over $80 million on this joker? And now he has discovered it. He has been the shining light in a very questionable rotation. So let's give him a little bit of love.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's been fantastic. He's been like basically the only. I mean, he is the only starter that they can rely on with the D-backs. Some of the bullpens actually is shaped up pretty well there, so that's great. But yes, for them, without Erod, they are not where they're at in the standings whatsoever. And it has been a great turnaround. And I applaud guys who have been in the big leagues for how long? Like since 2012 or something, he's been in the big leagues.
Oh, I don't know if it's that long.
I think it might be, Chris.
No, 2015.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty dang close.
Yeah, he came up as a 22-year-old in 2015. He went 10-6 with a 3.85 and 21 starts for the Red Sox. Obviously won a ring with them in 2018. Then he went to Detroit. Remember that whole thing where they had a trade to L.A., right? Didn't they have a trade to L.A.? And he was like, no, that's too far from my family. And everybody was killing him.
Yes. I forgot about that, Chris.
Right?
We thought, oh, well, I don't know. Like, what's going on with him? He doesn't want to compete.
Right. And then there were times where it felt like he wouldn't show up and they didn't know where he was. There was some weird stuff that happened with him. So I'm happy he's figured this out.
He's got the four-seam fastball for him, a complete turnaround. And it's been part of the reason he's had success this year. If you go, one of my favorite things to do for pitchers, go to Baseball Savant, go to their page, and then you can look up how their arm angle has changed throughout the years. Most of the time, as you progress, guys tend to either stay the same or get a little bit lower on the slot. So, here. He's actually risen his arm angle, I believe, 4 degrees this year, which is going to help with that ride with the four-seam fastball, like kind of getting on top of it a little more. Could that be the reason he's put the numbers up? It's part of it for sure. And look, he's only 33.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchers pitch till they're 40 now, dude. So like, if he continues to absorb the information, make the adjustments necessary, like I just love that, man. I love when guys, like, he's a big leaguer, and he'll be a big leaguer probably until he decides he doesn't want to be a big leaguer. That's awesome.
I'm just happy. I'm not into the whole arm angle thing. I mean, I know you get into that stuff, and that's cool. For me, it's about good stories and turning things around. He earned $34 million his first 2 years in Arizona and delivered bupkis, 0.5 WAR combined. Like, that's embarrassing. And you can say whatever you want about these guys. They like to earn their money. I know that there's a whole fan group that's like, well, he's just content because he's got his 85 mil. Nobody wants to look at the scoreboard and see they suck. I haven't met many guys. There's the ABS challenge system right there at work against our guy, Miggy Rowe. So I haven't met a whole lot of guys. I know that there are some who are perfectly fine cashing a check and saying, I'm just good at this sport. Maybe some of them even played in Anaheim the last several years. But most of the guys I talk to are proud. They want to win. They do love the money, which they should. They love the security for their family. They love the lifestyle. That's great. But they don't want to suck and be embarrassed. And I'm sure he was embarrassed his first 2 years in Arizona. Now, what's your faith in this team?
Ooh, it's one of the teams, Chris. It's Texas and them. I just can't figure out like if they're good or not because this is a very streaky is not the right word for them. It's you kind of never know what you're going to get on any given day. The offense could come out and absolutely bang, and then sometimes they are non-existent. Sometimes they have one of the best defenses in all of baseball, and sometimes they just kick the ball around. The bullpen had Dalton Feely turned me on to this. He goes, actually, the bullpen has some really good arms. They're getting reinforcements back. They've been a major reason of why we've continued to win games. The starting rotation has been bad. We know that.
Horrible.
It's been decimated by injuries. The people that were healthy weren't pitching well. Thank God for Erod. So again, they're just it's a very interesting team because if you just tune in for one night, you might think this is one of the best teams you've ever seen. And then you tune in the next night, you're like, this is the worst team in baseball. So it's very strange how it goes. Do I believe in them like long term? I don't know, man. Like, not really, Chris. Like, my thing is starting pitching. You got to have starters. They don't really have that, but again, like they have some like crazy talent on this roster. It's not a deep roster, but it is a talented roster.
Right now, the rotation has Cole Drake and Mitch Bratt in it. Before I said those names, did you know anything about them?
I've heard Cole Drake before.
Yeah. I mean, I'd heard their names, but I didn't know a damn thing. They just came up to the major leagues within the last couple of weeks, and now they are like key components of their rotation until Soroka comes back.
Maybe I haven't heard of Cole Drake. Maybe I'm thinking of Cole Stewart, former Twin.
Maybe you're thinking of Drake.
Or Drake. Yeah.
So 60% of their rotation right now is either guys that just came up from the minor leagues or got demoted because Fott got demoted earlier this year.
Oh, I thought you said the F word.
I said Fott.
Oh, man. I thought you just went off with a hard F right there.
I did. Fott.
That's a P word.
Well, it's PF. It's PF. That's how you should spell the word you're talking about. PF.
PFUCK?
Yeah. Let's change it.
This roster
you could have some
crazy.
fun with that.
Have you how many Diamondback games have you sat down and watched? I imagine you have, because we watch the West Coast games a lot here.
I'll be watching 3 this weekend. They'll be in Cleveland.
They're fascinating, dude. They truly are. They don't play regular games. Every game's an extra inning game or a walk-off. Every Corbin Carroll hit is a triple down the line. It's crazy baseball.
So there's 2 keys. Soroka, who's had a very, very good year for them, and Justin Martinez, because I just love watching him pitch. I think that if those guys come back healthy, then I could buy into them getting that 5th or 6th spot. So if they're back and healthy and throwing the ball well, then I'll say yes. Then I'm in. But if not. Quick thanks to our partners at Amazon. Shop back to school at Amazon and spend less on your kids. That is always important. All right. Some quick hitters for you. Did you see and hear who was back for the Dodgers last night? Yeah, for the first time since late April, guy had a little bit of arm surgery, Edwin Diaz. The all-star closer was back. I wouldn't say it was a massive struggle. He did give up a run in his inning against the Seattle Mariners, but did close out the 4-2 win. Can the Dodgers win their 3rd straight World Series if Edwin Diaz is not Edwin Diaz?
Yeah. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They got a lot of other guys they can rely on. They've had to do it all season long, and they have, I believe, still the best record in baseball. So, yes, they can. Does he help? Of course. If he's on his game and is the pitcher that he has been in the past, that's a massive upgrade for the Dodgers. But they still have guys. I mean, Tanner Scott, he's finished 23 games. He's got 16 saves. I'm looking right now. They got like 6 or 7 dudes with saves in that bullpen. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys who probably would be closers on other teams. Or at least have late innings or high leverage innings, if you will. So they have a ton. Plus, who knows if they end up going the same route with Roki that they did last year, and he ends up just closing games out for them in the postseason. So they have a ton of options. They don't need him, but surely if he's on his game, will help.
You nailed it. I mean, Roki was an unproven commodity when they started having him close out playoff games last year, and it was a fun ride. He did some spectacular things. He had a couple of moments that maybe weren't super special, but yeah. I mean, I hate it when GMs or president of baseball ops say, when we get a guy back, that's like adding somebody in a trade. But this is one instance where I really feel like it is. Like, he played 3 weeks for the Dodgers, then he went away for 3 months, and now he's back. So and there isn't a reliever that you could actually get your hands on who's better than Edwin Diaz right now. So this is like a trade. So I'm all good with it.
8 different guys with saves for the Dodgers this year.
Pretty good. Bullpen's been great. White Sox come back and beat the Yankees in extras 6-5. They tied it in the 11th on a throwing error with 2 out as Sanchez was trying to pick off Murakami at third. There were 2 down. The Yankees had made back-to-back really good plays in the infield when they had a runner at third and nobody out, and then he throws it away. Aaron Boone said, I don't have a problem with it. We just have to play catch. We have to make a better throw. That's all. Do you have a problem with him?
So I do have a problem with it. You have 2 outs right here. You have a lefty up. You're playing over, and to get to the base, this looked like a called play. They signaled each other somehow. Whether it's they picked their pants or whatever it was. Like, this is a design play because McMahon leaves his position before the ball even gets to the plate. I know the count right there is what, 2-0?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like it because you're abandoning your position right there for no reason. Like Murakami, left-handed hitter up, like you're going to get as far as you can because he's over, but you are aware that the catcher's throwing lane is wide open. So if you're a base runner, you're really not getting off much. And you saw he got back in plenty of time. He wasn't going to be out even if they caught the ball. So you're abandoning your position. If Benintendi was hitting?
I believe so.
Whatever. Whoever was hitting, if he just shoots one over your way, that would have been a routine out. All of a sudden, you're not there. That looks terrible. If you throw the ball into left field and let the tying run score, that looks terrible. You have to be 100% sure that this guy's getting off too much and you can get over there. And maybe the third base coach has a wandering eye and isn't looking at you. There's all these factors going against this play. I love the back pick, people. It's fun. It's great. That's not the time to do it.
Made 0 sense. I like Aaron Boone. I think he was probably protecting a guy.
It's an insane time to call that, Chris.
It's horrible, particularly after stealing back the momentum.
You want to know when you can call that? No outs. Runner on third base.
Yep.
And you're like, all right, this is like, we're basically screwed here.
Right. We're desperate.
Yeah, we need something we got to make a play here. 2 outs.
What's the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball. So then make that exponentially more difficult when there's now 2 outs. You went from 0 outs in a tying run 90 feet away to 2 outs.
Yeah, and go back to that video, Dan. I want to see, like, there's no way Murakami was getting like a crazy lead. It just isn't. Like
look at how
back in plenty of time.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We also got a heck of a finish last night in St. Louis.
Swing, shot, hammer, towards the gap. That's down. That's going to tie it. Here comes Walker on his way to third. Pops waving. Here's the relay. The Cardinals have won it.
That is a great call by Chip Carey last night. I mean, he nailed it. Really, really good call, good fun call, and a great play. Obviously, swing by Herrera after PCA had given them a 2-0 lead in the top of the frame with a 2-run shot. So huge win for the Cardinals. They've only won 7 of their last 21 games. Despite that nice win, do you think the ship is sinking a little bit?
There's just a lot of teams in front of them. They're only 2.5 games out of the last wild card, but they're behind Washington, they're behind Pittsburgh, they're behind Miami, they're behind the Padres. I think they are on par with all of those teams, talent-wise, and the ability to get it done. So I do think they have a chance to stay in it, depending on what they do at the deadline. I don't know what their plans are. If they keep this team as assembled, yes, they can stay in it the rest of the season. And I did love the answer. I love PCA and the reaction to his homer. So good. But then to come back and snatch that game, that's got to feel good.
Yeah. I think they can hang in there. I wouldn't, if I were Chaim Bloom, I've said this before, I wouldn't make drastic moves. I would say, let's just see what this team has got. And if somebody overwhelms you for one of your players, I would definitely listen. It is a seller's market. I hope they hang in there. I think it's been a really fun year. I think Ali Marmol has kind of galvanized that group. I'm happy that he had a chance to kind of stick around and see this through. Tarpsoff obviously has been a memory for all of baseball. It was great. I would like to say one other thing about the Marlins, who did sweep the series. This was funny. I've been reading the comments. This was from Kevin yesterday, where I suggested it was the perfect time to trade Sandy. A lot of people disagreed with me. I respect it. This guy, Kevin Ortiz, is it Kelvin or oh, there's an L in there. Sorry, Kelvin Ortiz. He wrote, Chris Rose, I love you, but as a Marlins fan, respectfully, fuck off, but I still love you. I read that about 10 times. That was funny. Finally, I don't know. Oh, shoot. Did I kill this or do you have the Salvador Perez triple? Yes, you do.
Oh, man. Poor Joe.
His first one in 4 years. Look at that. Now.
Oh, my gosh. That's a big boy right there.
Do you think I could make it to third faster?
No. I think if you tried to run faster than him, you'd pull something. And your routes around the bases, probably bad. No, I think Sal's got you. We can make this happen.
Hold on. By a lot or a little?
I mean, depends what your definition of those two would be.
I think what we need to do...
You wouldn't be able to slide.
No, that's true.
Head first slide, no chance.
Won't that slow me down?
Well, you're just going to run standing up there? That's no fun. You want to get the dive in, and then you could rest a little bit like Sal did.
I think that if I dove head first into a bag, it would be over.
I think you might break a rib or dislocate a shoulder.
Absolutely. There's no question about that.
There's nothing better when you know you're safe and you don't need to slide, and you just say, let's just have some fun, and you just slide anyway. Oh,
right. Dan, let's do the unscientific test.
Are you timing him?
I'm going to time him. So let's bring this up. Hold on. Got to get my...
When's the next time we can get you on a field?
Well, I mean, I'm going there the next 2 days, but the Royals are coming up in town in a week and a half.
I mean, are you going to go to Dodger Stadium and say, let me go for home to third?
I could ask Dave Roberts. I could do it early. Early work.
I would love, please. I'm praying right now. Please let this happen. Please.
All right, let's go. In 3, 2,
1.
All right.
I mean, you got to start from the crack of the bat.
I think I hit it pretty good. What are you doing? I had it, Dan. Come on, man.
Crack of the bat. You got to go crack of the bat.
2, 1. I think I got it pretty good. I'm telling you.
I'm going to guess right now this is going to take him 13.7.
Over. Come on, Sal. Let me see the slide. It was right around 13.7 because they cut away. 13.7. So that's...
It's like, you're talking about 4.55 or 4.55 around each base.
So that's 90 yards plus the arcing in 13.7 seconds. Can I get there?
I think the turns are going to be your problem.
Yeah, that is going to be an issue.
Like straight line, you could do it, but the turns are the problem.
All right, I'm not making excuses, but I do want to throw this out there. That after my second back surgery, I can't really feel the back half of my left foot.
Oh, my God. So this is a perfect challenge for you.
And I might have suffered a bout of gout last night. So this is not the ideal time to do it. But I am willing to try. Do you think I ought to try and set it up with the Royals in Salvador?
What, you race him?
Not race him. We will time that, and he will come out. I got to set this up with the Dodgers, first of all. I think we got to try it, don't we?
I think you should go out on the field and try to do it. Sal got a rough break there because he really followed through on that swing. He's kind of like on his back of his heels there. So you kind of have to do the same thing. You can't just
no, I don't.
You can't jailbreak it out of the box.
Yes, I can. Everybody's different. If I can utilize every advantage, I should.
All right.
I am worried about this already. I'm already sweating actually thinking about it. All right. What do you think, people? Would I beat Salvi's time around the bases? Let's call it 13-7. Oh, well. Now I'm worried about it.
Don't get hurt. We got stuff coming up, don't we?
I do. It's a
When's
big month.
floorball coming?
It's a big month. I just have to call that with Papa.
Yeah, but it's hot.
It is hot. All right. Fun show. Appreciate it. For our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe, I am the speed demon, Chris Rose, and we will be back Friday to get your baseball weekend all settled and pointed in the right direction. It'll be Baseball Today, presented to you by T-Mobile.